Hi everyone, my name is Martha Hernandez. I work for the Center for Ethnic Student Affairs, also known as CESA, and I am the outreach coordinator and my pronouns are she, her, hers.
My name is Paul Fisk. I'm the transfer program coordinator and I use he pronouns.
Awesome. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so I can show you all the website, the CESA website. And in that way I can, Paul and I can go over a general description of our center and the programming that we have, as well as resources. So CESA is a center dedicated to supporting students as they enter higher ed. So supporting and retaining students of color who may also be first-gen students. So our programming could be described as targeting first year, second year, third year, fourth and fifth year students. And the way we do that is starting with first year students, we have what is called the Diversity Scholars Program. And this program is it's designed to be modeled as a cohort. Usually we have about 100 students in the program, but we break them down into different class sessions. Part of the program, a requirement of the program is that you take an ethnic studies class. And in that class, you will be able to have discussions about race and ethnicity within the US, as well as gender and class. The classes are usually about 20 students. So they're pretty small and intimate, which allows you to get to know the professor at a one-on-one level and also to get to know your peers. Within those classes, you will be assigned a peer mentor, and these are students who have gone through the program and are coming back to mentor first year students. So these will be people that you can talk to if you have any questions or concerns. You will also be assigned to one of our advisors in the office. And similarly, you will also be able to meet with the advisor to select classes and or to, when you have any issues, they can be within like the academic setting or even at the more personal level. So we're just here to support students in different ways. The continuation would be the second year experience program. This program focuses on supporting students and ensuring their well-being at different levels, including the academic. So this would include things like making sure that you're passing classes and that you're on your way to exploring majors and careers that may be of interest to you if you're not decided on a major yet. Julia Soto is the advisor. She also focuses on financial well-being, so making sure the students are applying for FAFSA, scholarships, and or connecting them with the Dream Center for students who may not have documentation. And this is just to ensure that students are not relying on student loans when it's not necessary. Another component is physical and mental well-being. So for the physical part, I know Julia organizes a trip to a national park, which is completely cost-free for students. And this is just to give students who are in the second year experience program the opportunity to visit and go camping and hiking. Lastly, I know she also partners up with the counseling center to have a counselor come in and give presentations or have discussions regarding stress and how to manage stress. Paul, do you want to go ahead and talk about the transfer program?
Yes. So another way students can enter in is through the transfer program. And so really the philosophy of the transfer program is that students, when you transfer, you don't have a lot of time. And so we're here to give as so much support as possible. You can see my picture with Goku. And so one of the really nice things that we have is we have a course called Politics of Borders and Migrations. It's a very critical course that students have really enjoyed. Dr. Alborz Gandahari teaches the course, and one of the things that they did last year that they'll continue is people did oral histories of migration stories to Utah, and they compare that with activists in Greece who did oral histories of refugees, and they did a kind of cultural oral history exchange, and students really enjoyed that. It's on the library website, right above that. We meet regularly. A lot of students I work with who transfer are looking for scholarships, are looking for internships, or applying for graduate school, and we work on that right away. We have some grad school prep workshops that we do. We work with Lord Scholars with. So Lord Scholars is leaders of diversity, resiliency, and excellence, and so that is led by our retention coordinator, which is D. Kenny Kinney. And he's had events where lots of different campus partners come in and give short kind of presentations about what they do, and it's a chance to ask questions and get really involved. And it's really to support students as they finish out. But if you're interested, it's open to all students. And then with the transfer program, we also work quite a bit with the counseling center. We have a stress support group, which is just a group for students to be able to talk about their experiences and have a supportive warm environment. So we do that over Zoom. We also have a GroupMe group where students usually post positive messages as a kind of supportive network. And so really a lot of what we do in the office is to help create a sense of community.
Yeah, thank you. One more program is the scholarship program. And if you were to click on scholarship info, it'll connect you to the website, which has a link to FAFSA. So for those of you who qualify for FAFSA, you can click there and it'll connect you to the FAFSA website. We also have a little bit of info and contact information to Anthony Shirley, who is the Scholarship and Financial Resources Coordinator in CESA. And then below that, we have a list of scholarships, including the 5 that fall under the scholarship program in CESA, which is the Chicana Chicano Scholarship Fund. We also have a link to scholarships from the LGBT Research Center, the Pastor Francis A. Davis, which would be the second one through CESA, the Utah Opportunity, which would be the third, and other scholarship resources, including a link to the Dream Center, Academic Works, which is the online platform where you can find most, if not all, U of U scholarships. And these are sorted by department, majors, and other things like merit and student involvement. And lastly, we have a link to the union scholarships. So you are welcome to visit our website, which is diversity.utah.edu/centers/CESA/. And then from there, you can click on any of these links, which will connect you to and give you more info about our programming and services. Other services that we have in the center include tutoring. These are cost-free for students, and our tutors cover areas like math and writing, correct, Paul?
Yes. Do you want to mention the student groups, Martha?
Yes. Aside from that, we also have 5 student groups housed under CESA. I can talk about the one I advise and the rest, and then you can cover ASA and VASA, Paul, if that's okay. So
Yeah.
we have the Black Student Union, Pacific Island Student Association, Intertribal Student Association, MECHA, which is a Latinx student group, and we have ASA and VASA. And I can, since I'm the MECHA advisor right now, I can say that MECHA, although we focus on issues that pertain to the Latinx community, it's not exclusive, so anyone is welcome to join. Yeah, and we do socials and we meet weekly on Fridays at 1 p.m. However, due to the current situation with the pandemic, we might not be meeting in person, but we are still active, and we have a group me where students stay connected, and they contact each other.
Martha, can you type in www.asaufview.com? So I advise the Asian American Student Association. They're a really active group on campus. Some of the things that they do in fall, they usually host an awareness week where they talk about issues that are critical to Asian Americans. .com. A U of U, sorry, ASA
Oh,
U of U. Um, and those are really great opportunities. They'll probably be online this upcoming fall semester. And they've brought in guest speakers. Last year, we partnered with the Asia Center, and T. Bui talked about her graphic novel, The Best That We Can Do, and that was in relationship with ASA for their feedback. ACE also hosts a high school conference where they let students know about college opportunities. They often work with the medical school. Oh, there's no dot. Sorry, that
okay.
doesn't look right. No dot between ASA and U. Sorry.
And you?
And they'll have medical school workshops where they do like kind of brain information, or they have like sheep brain. Um, oh, this is a picture from the ACE's opening social from last year. They partnered with the Vietnamese American Student Association, which is VASA, which I also advise. And so it's a very active group. Again, with high school conference, there's a lot of helpful planning. It's really led by the students in terms of what they think is important for incoming college students to know. And you definitely are opportunities to be involved in that, in the planning, in the support. And I think it's a great experience for students. They also do critical discussions around kind of race and identity, about their experiences. They also do fun stuff, socials, group activities. We're figuring out what fall semester will look like, but I know that the group is too big for a lot of the things, so they may have at least some online options, but they usually meet on Fridays at 2 p.m. For the Vietnamese American Student Association, they're related to CESA, but not as directly as ASA is, and they focus more on community events. So ASA does more university events with the high school conference, with kind of awareness week about kind of social justice issues on campus. FAFSA does more community events. They do Lunar New Year, and also Moon Festival. And they do those usually in parks, like they've done Sugar House Park for the past few years. And those are really open to everyone in the community. And again, one of the things I want to stress is students are often members of more than one group in CESA. I've known plenty of students who are in both ASA and MECHA, or any of the different groups. And so definitely don't feel limited to only being in one group. I think it's really a great way for students to feel supported, to feel part of a community. And again, there's a lot of leadership opportunities. ASA this year has 12 students in leadership positions, ranging from everything from kind of social activities to budgeting to the high school conference and awareness week. And so those are really great opportunities to be involved and stay connected. And they will be very active this year, even if it isn't able to be in person. There will be a lot of options. They also have a GroupMe Facebook page and Instagram.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. So if you have any questions, or if you're interested in getting more information, don't hesitate to reach out to one of us. So Paul Fisk, his email is paul.fisk@utah.edu right here. And my contact info is martha.hernandez@utah.edu. And you're welcome to send us an email for any questions that you may have. We also have a currently hosting CESA virtual after hours. Paul, do you want to share a little bit more about it?
Yes, we meet on Wednesdays at 5 p.m., but we're also going to be trying some other days to see when students are available. But the idea behind it is it's open hour. Come in, ask questions. If there's anything you're not sure of, if you just want to check in where you're at, that's a great option. In addition to that, we have a guest speaker and kind of an interesting topic to help encourage people to join and have just kind of, again, a sense of community and conversation. So Martha and I had the first one a couple weeks ago. We talked about the X-Men. Um, just recently, we had Chris Macias, who's the director of the Dream Center, talk about comic books. We're going to have him again because we had a little bit of technical difficulties. Coming up, some of the topics we're going to have is Flor Relivo, who's a program coordinator in the Women's Resource Center. He's going to talk about gardening for BIPOC communities. And we're going to have Dr. Gandhari, who teaches the first year diversity scholars in the transfer course, talk about kind of his work as well as the courses. So just stay in touch, follow our website. It's on the transfer page, but we'll be having interesting discussions that should be very engaging and fun, but at the same time, places for you to ask questions and kind of catch up with people if you haven't seen them in a while. As well as we've been getting quite a few alumni. So if you want to hear from people's experiences who have graduated from the U, we've been getting alumni at the office hours. So hopefully this will be something that will be really useful and you'll feel welcoming. We're not trying to make it feel scary or it has to be really professional. Just come in, we'll have a good discussion. You can ask kind of whatever questions you want.
Yeah, so please reach out. Don't hesitate to ask any questions, and I hope to see some of you there during our CESA virtual hours.